and welcome to Q&A Thursday, except it's not Thursday, it's Wednesday, because tomorrow is Thanksgiving here in the States.
Wow.
We have an international audience. This is a very extended title. I'm going to keep talking in this cadence and this voice. Anyway, I've got Levi Gates here to my right.
Dane, thank you for having me. This was amazing.
And I'm Dane Hennon.
King of the puns.
Yes, well, I really tried. I stretched.
You did.
With this one.
That's all right.
The Tur-Q&A. I thought that was
Tur-Q&A.
That
I like it.
I felt proud of it, but also a little bit ashamed.
You should be.
I hope y'all out there enjoyed that. So if you also didn't see on YouTube, I put out a little poll with some different car designs, turkeys as cars. If you interpreted like AI things, I thought just would be fun. And I tried several different versions and threw them out there. Vote on the one you like best out in the community tab here on both our channels. I just threw it out there for fancy. So
I loved them. I thought they were great. I'd drive each one of them.
I was trying. So I hope you enjoyed it. But obviously, Anthony not here at the table with us. Otherwise, I'd say there's a guy to my left, but there's not. But, you know, he's got stuff to do.
Yep.
He's a busy fella. And
well,
that little bit of cough going on was not doing him any favors.
Yeah, he's got some stuff to do. And then on top of that, because tomorrow's Thanksgiving, we're doing an early release here at the Rag Company.
Yes.
So that means a lot of the folks are going to be shutting down, closing down shop this afternoon here. So we are going to probably bring the stream a little shorter this time because who knows? Glenn may just walk out of the studio. We have no idea. She may just turn the lights off, shut it down, and we may be talking. So we're going to end it just to make sure we're not keeping anybody here, that doesn't want to be here.
I'll let you guys in on kind of the mental calculations I'll be doing to figure out when we wrap this one. Originally, we were talking about maybe ending it right at 3 o'clock our time, but I thought, well, if things are going good and we have like good turnout,
we can keep rolling.
Say we have more than like 70 people in the chat who are all kind of regularly commenting, I wouldn't want to end that right away. So I would say we go another half hour past that and we end just a little early at 3:30, which would only be half an hour shorter than what we normally do.
Yeah, and we don't do a break.
We're just going to go straight through. Regardless of what we do today, we're going straight through, but we're definitely not doing our full 2 hours like we usually do because I want to give them a chance to get a little taste of going home early.
Well, we're also going to be able to answer everybody's questions.
Yes.
That's
so
kind of the good thing. That's why you're here.
To post those questions and up to us to answer them as best we can before we kind of figure out time to wrap it up.
There we go. So
I'll say as much.
Black Friday sale is happening and has been happening. Make sure you guys have signed up for the newsletter. Go to theragcompany.com, sign up for the details newsletter, and that way you can get in on these hot Black Friday deals. That's right, 20% off almost everything in the store and doorbusters. Now, sales been doing awesome. Team has been doing great. They've been catching up.
Excellent.
So that's why John made the call to let everybody off early today. But you guys can jump on some great things. Like we said, doorbusters with up to 40% off. The new IKs, the new 360s are available and at 20% off.
Using that code.
Using the Blackout 20 code. We are the only ones in the United States to have the Multi-Pro 2 360 and the Multi-TR1 360 and that Multi-Pro 12 Plus. So this is your chance to be the first on your block to get a hold of these new 360s. The other thing, limited edition sticker going out with every order. And
people have asked, what's that got to do with towels?
Nothing. It looks awesome.
It just looks cool.
Snake. Yep. And then we've got the detail department shirt available as well. Now, because it's Q&A Wednesday, and I wanted to let you guys in on just a touch for those of you listening. Spent the time to tune in with us. Get ready for Black Friday because we're going to have some more surprises available. Now, that doesn't mean that you can hold an order.
Right.
We want you to get those orders in. Maybe save some money. Get that order in.
Your
and then
quantity
jump
limited, so if something sells out, it sells out.
Yeah, that's the thing. And you got to get them while they're hot. So I just want you guys to be aware that we are going to give another surprise that's going to pop out come Black Friday. So you got to be signed up to the newsletter. That's the only way that you're going to know exactly what it is without just getting on the website on Friday morning and seeing what happens.
It's something I don't think you'll have another chance to get, at least not exactly like it is. So it's going to be a unique item.
Yeah.
If you're into that. I know Hans in particular, big fan of that kind of thing. Only problem for him is he lives in the Netherlands.
Hans needs to reach out to info at the rag company and find out if he can make some purchases on some swag. So
but not until Friday.
Anyway, so that's going on. Thank you to all those who've been buying currently. The sale's been awesome. We really appreciate it. It's been great. For those of you local, the storefront is also doing discounts at the store. So if you're local and you wanted to swing by, MVP Detail Supply is also doing the Black Friday deals as well. So you can jump on that, pick up some items, and get
Tell
them.
a friend about the store, too, if you're local. Cause
that, too.
We want to get more people who are here in the Valley to go check it out. It really is worth the trip.
Yep, do. All right, Dane. Other than that, I hope everybody has a great Thanksgiving. I hope you guys are spending some time. Carly sent me a video of Augie using our back massager to break up some graham crackers in a gallon Ziploc bag filled with graham crackers, zipped up, and then he's using the massager to break up all the graham crackers.
It's like the ice crushing method.
To make graham cracker crust for
cheesecake?
A chocolate pie.
Oh, chocolate pie. Interesting.
Yeah. So pretty impressive. Very smart, that boy, to utilize a power tool of sorts.
I mean,
in that sense. But
it's a manual tool, but still.
He's got it on. He's just running it over the top of it. It's a back massager.
I thought you were talking about like that S-shaped rod that Anthony
it's
uses
a
to
powered
pop his
one.
back.
Yeah, it's a powered one.
This is actually a motor, like one of those Theragun type things.
Basically,
or
but it's two of them.
Oh, okay.
So it bounces back and forth. So he's got it on the ground, and it's
like a dry puree.
Yeah, very nice, very impressive.
Puree.
Very impressive. Proud of that boy.
Okay,
so smart.
Very resourceful.
Helping his mom and his grandma back there at home get all the fixins ready for tomorrow.
Okay, well, look forward to seeing how that turns out. So awesome. Okay, let's get these comments on the road. I've got Super Auto. Super Auto saying, isn't this going to be tomorrow, Wednesday the 22nd? Yes, Super Auto, it's happening right now.
Yes, this is.
To which I responded, that's a great point, because it turns out I accidentally programmed it for tomorrow.
Oh, no.
And then I changed it to today, so that's why we ended up with those.
Umberto with a ready to roll. Hello, TRC.
Hello, team. Hello, thank
What's up,
you.
Umberto? How are you, buddy?
I'm going to kick over to page 2. Whole bunch of hellos. Right. Luckily, he pads it with a lot of comments.
Yo, Earl saying, yo, what's up, man? Harry Housewife jumping in saying, hello. Word up from a wet and windy UK. What's up, buddy?
Okay.
And then my guy, Afternoon, TRC crew, and howdy to all the viewers today. Also, thank you, Kirby.
Thank you, Kirby.
Tuning in. And then Super Auto saying Umberto and Harry Housewife.
We got Tamara saying hi from, I assume, New Hampshire.
I think that's what that stands for.
And
Mario with a what's up, boys? Let's get this party started.
Yeah. And then saying hey to Umberto as well. Then we got Kirby saying something here. What is he saying?
Does
Levi?
anyone use the Ego 615 blower? I see a great sale on them and just interested in comments if need to wait for the bigger CFM. Kirby, I'm not the blower spokesman. That is Anthony. He loves that Ego line. I will say, Dane, you've got a couple of those Ego tools. You've been enjoying them. You got the lawnmower.
Yeah.
You got the blower also?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, I really like them. Actually, no, sorry. The lawnmower is a Greenworks.
Oh, okay. It's not an
Ego.
But
it's like a 52 volt. It's something crazy. Like it's a really powerful mower.
Okay.
But I do have the blowers, and I do have a trimmer. Yeah, all that stuff from Ego. Love them. They're great.
So Kirby, if anything, just get it because you'll use it not only for blowing off a car but for other stuff.
The quality is very good. If that's what you're concerned about, I would say the quality is very solid.
Yeah. Bearded Hunter popping in. What's up, man? Saying, what is up, my dudes? Happy Thanksgiving to you all. You too, brother.
Bearded, you look prepared for Thanksgiving all year round. You just look like a guy who was built to wear flannel. Like that vibe. He's got the cozy aesthetic going all the time.
Dino with a hello, boys and girls. What's up, Dino? How are you,
Dino?
man? And then real reacher-sized gentleman ready to eat some pie.
Oh, boy.
Joey Belinsky saying, happy Thanksgiving, fellas. Thankful for this entire community, especially over this past year.
We're thankful for all of you.
Man.
And
Appreciate
you,
it.
Joey.
Hopefully you get a slice of pie. And then saying,
there we go.
Kirby, I have a 650. I can't imagine it's that much different, but I couldn't imagine needing anything stronger. There you go.
Valid.
That should be a good little spot there. And then Wine BS.
Hey,
saying, hey, happy Thanksgiving. What's up?
And hey to you,
Welcome.
too, and happy Thanksgiving. Got Hans here popping in with the Happy Wash Wednesday, people.
What's up, Hansi?
That's right. It's Wednesday. It's a little weird being here for Q&A on a Wednesday, but sometimes you just got to make a little concession for the week. Peter. Oh, sorry.
Oh, that's all right. Go ahead.
Happy Thanksgiving from
Peter.
Peter. Thank you, Peter Williams. And Jeff C., good old Jeff C. popping in here to say, if money was no object, would you rather have the stainless tint and PPF sprayer from IK or the IK Multi Pro 2? Is the difference in max pressure, or 12, sorry, brain, is the difference in max pressure noticeable for rinseless washing?
No.
I would say it's very comparable.
No, I'll say the tint PPF sprayer has a lot more pressure, can handle more pressure, but I mean, honestly, the multi sprays for so long, you could get the whole car sprayed before you even ran out of pressure, and you'd still have plenty of pressure left over.
Well, and obviously, there's a price difference
really
associated with the materials used to create them. So, for most of your uses, I find that the tint and PPF one is amazing looking, and obviously, it's going to hold up to the test of time. But I gotta say, like even the more like plasticky IK stuff is super tough. Like if you've never actually touched the canisters and IK stuff, they are built from. I don't even know how to explain like how tough they feel. It feels like you could run over it with a car, but 100%. No, it's great. So no, I would say the Pro 12 is definitely enough for anybody looking to do that.
You can add the compressor to it too on the Multi Pro 12. So.
And then of course you have the little e-motor as well you can put on there.
Yep. But right now,
you
can get them all for 20% off. So,
it's a good time to do it.
And then we've got doorbusters of other IKs. So Peter Williams says, what's up, Levi? What's up, man? About time I get to see new stuff in your store. Well, I'm glad, Peter.
Yeah.
That's why you sign up for the newsletter.
Yes, sir.
And then Mario saying that tint PPF IK sprayer looks so damn cool.
It does.
It's really nice. It's really
even cooler in person.
Yeah. And then Kirby says, thanks for that, Joey. For $160 with a 4-amp battery, it sounds too good to miss.
It's a great deal. Then we got G. Davis here. Oh, classic G. Davis. Looking forward to Dane's Thanksgiving tips on Haitian bug gravy and post-holiday romantic breakups. Thank you, G.
Yeah. And then he wants to say, rest in peace, Anthony.
Oh, well, I hope he's resting peacefully right now.
Yeah. Joey saying, killer deal, Kirby.
Yep.
Han says, where is the turkey? Is Tony getting it out of the rotisserie? Yes. Yeah. He's got it. He's actually deep frying it, Hans. He said he wanted to deep fry it in the living room of his house.
Oh, boy.
I thought that was kind of strange. He said it's because he's trying to watch TV while he's doing it.
Oh, right. Yeah. He wants to be distracted while dealing with the boiling hot
100%.
oils and grease.
So
okay, makes
hopefully,
sense.
we don't see an alert at his house or anything.
You hope
year.
not.
Yeah.
I'm sure the Ring doorbell will catch something.
Yeah. Well, he had read somewhere you could just soak your carpet with water. And it'll help prevent.
Yeah, because things that are wet can't catch on fire. That's proven.
Yep.
I've definitely never seen the ocean on fire at the end of like action movies like Waterworld or like All Dogs Go to
everybody
Heaven.
knows water mixes with
I just called
oil.
All Dogs Go to Heaven an action movie.
It is one.
Anyway.
But Wine BS saying, nice, giving the team off a little early today, but bad for us. Sort of podcast. I know.
Gotta have a little shorter, a little sweeter, but you know what? It's gonna be okay. We'll be back again next week. So,
Dino, on the topic of last Q&A about lint in the towels, I soak them in R2R and after that wash them with Nanolex microfiber wash because it's really strong for tough stains. 4 rinse cycles also.
Wow.
Dang.
Okay, I'm gonna skip to his follow-up comment so we get that, and then I'll go to Kirby. Keep going.
After that, I put them in the dryer on low heat for an hour. I tested them on the bathroom glass. No lint. I hope in the car is the same thing. That'd be amazing.
I hope so too. But it sounds like you found a
I think you got it there, Dino. I think a lot of it is just running them through the dryer every once in a while. I noticed that as well.
Yeah.
Once I can zero out on some towels that are linting or heavy linters, and I can get them out. Usually it's just being able to run them through the dryer. Now, the one thing to be careful about, too, is if this is your home dryer, give it a wipe down.
Oh, yeah, the
have
barrel.
Have a couple towels that are ready to go to be sacrificed. And usually what I do is I'll spray some glass cleaner or something inside the barrel, and then I'll wipe it. Just give it a quick
something light that evaporates quickly.
Because there's 2 things. You've got the dryer sheets from your clothing that after many uses, creates almost a waxed finish in there. And you want to wipe that down and get it cleaned off as best you can so that it doesn't transfer to your towels.
Right.
So that's a good reason. Wipe that all off, clean that all off, especially if you're using dryer sheets. If you're not using dryer sheets, you're fine. But it's specifically when you throw a dryer sheet with a load of laundry.
Yeah, and a big part of like what he went through there, that's a big reason why it's totally fine once in a while if you're not the kind of person who likes to put your towels in a machine dryer. You can do it on like air fluff or low heat or something.
You don't have to run them very long. You can run them for 20 minutes.
No, you can definitely do it. But what is an advantage to using a machine dryer versus air drying is you have that filter aspect of it. That is something the machine does. That's why you end up with the vent, at the end you got to clean it out and stuff. But it is filtering things through. It's the lint trap. And go figure, lint goes there. So ideally, to separate the things from the towels, using a machine does that. Air drying, while it's great for the longevity of a towel, will not solve that problem necessarily every time.
Hang drying, yeah. Kirby Thompson, okay, diamond glass coating. What is the lowest temperature have you applied it outside? Looking to do this as an early gift for visitors to our Thanksgiving feast. Temps in the 50s. You should be fine at 50 degrees, Kirby. Okay. Shouldn't have a single problem. So
done and done.
Yeah.
Brian,
I feel a little anxious cleaning high-end cars with my basic $120 pressure washer. What if I'm using a proper 3-bucket wash method? I should be able to clean just as safely, right? Brian, if you're using a $120 pressure washer and 1 bucket, you'd be fine.
Yeah. The pressure washer cost has nothing to do with the quality of your final wash. What oftentimes the cost for a pressure washer, it goes more into build quality, the construction, the convenience of some features you get with some higher end ones like that. It's not going to change the fact that at the end of the day, you're spraying water.
Yeah, no.
All you can really control as far as the car is concerned is the amount of pressure being used and the temperature of the water.
Yeah, and you're,
the angle of the nozzle, which you can also control.
But after that, you're at a bucket with water and soap and a mitt.
I know people freak out with the 1 bucket thing, but if you're using the proper lubrication, it can be done and you're not going to hurt it.
Yeah. So, Brian, I wouldn't worry about it. I would say the pressure washer you could get the same wash with a garden hose.
Your real focal point should be more on what's going in that bucket.
Yeah.
In terms of like your mitt or your towels or whatever you're using.
Be aware of how you're washing.
Wash media.
Obviously, always wash top to bottom.
Yeah.
Make sure you're using the right soaps and the right degreasers and cleaners and APCs, because that is where you're going to get into some trouble. So,
but as people who've worked on cars, I mean, even I've worked on $1 million+ cars and felt perfectly comfortable doing it because I trust in O&R or Absolute or whatever it is at the time that I'm using. If it's something we carry, I can be pretty confident that it's going to be okay on the surface. If it's a rinseless wash, if it's a waterless wash, that kind of thing. It's all about conditions.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, next up I've got Frost.
Any idea when Diamond Body Quick Body will be back in stock? So Diamond Protect's Quick Body, we don't have an ETA just yet.
Okay, I'm still waiting.
I'm expecting probably end of the year, first of the year maybe.
Which isn't as far away as you'd think. All right. Hans here saying, Dino, I hope the lint is gone then, but I find car glass a bit different than the bathroom. Okay. Correct. Yeah. Then I got Rick here.
I will say this for Hans and Dino. Yeah. Mm-hmm. If you have a heavy linter, that heavy linter is going to lint on whatever surface.
Well, yeah. And like we always say, try and isolate the linter because rarely is it ever actually all your towels doing it. People get this impression that like, oh, all my towels lint. It's like, I think it might just be 1 or 2.
Well, and that's another thing is learning how it lints, right? Yeah. Learning what lint is. We were outside here the other day testing a new towel, a prototype idea that we've been working on, and Josh Brodle's been using it. I've been using it. Anthony's been using it. Anthony and I haven't had any issues, right? But Josh Brodle has been running into issues. And
that's why you have multiple people test something over a long period of time, because you need some variables to figure out what conditions will cause something to happen.
So we all walked outside, grabbed Jimmy's car in the parking lot, and started cleaning these areas and trying to recreate What?
Was this on paint or the wrap? Was this on his Miata or his
This
Focus?
was just on. We were just messing around.
Okay.
I'm not going to say because
gotcha.
tell what the towel is. But
Oh,
basically, we were working on the car, and I was getting to try and get him to recreate the issues he was running into with this type of towel. The problem was what the issues he was having an issue with were issues that Anthony and I didn't have issues with.
Right.
Well, we were looking at was going, that works just fine for what it is. And what we found was it's the definition of terms that we use as a company. So his definition was different than our definition.
Gotcha.
And our definition stemmed from packing and sending and QCing towels. His definition was, this is what's happening when I do this, and I don't want customers having that issue.
Right.
And so once we all kind of got on that same page and said, this is the definition of that.
Yeah.
What is your definition? What is our definition? Once we both understood where we were going, that allowed us to start coming up with a solution or figure out exactly what we wanted to do. And sometimes that's all that is. So, again, like Hans says, could be different, but most of the times if it's something that's heavy and linting, it's going to lint on anything.
Sure.
So even like my glasses, I'll find a dead towel by cleaning my glasses, and I'll look and I'll go, oh my gosh, there's micro lint.
Glass has a weird propensity to be grippy in a way that painted, clear-coated surfaces are not.
Yeah. So Rick Smith, after doing my research on what I actually need, I just placed my first order yesterday. I can't wait to get my new rags. Thanks,
Excellent.
Rick.
Well, we hope you enjoy them and come back to another Q&A and tell us what you think.
Alex saying it's hump day.
Hump day.
And then Han says, dang it, Patrick's on holiday, so I'll not bother him with all my questions, Law. The man needs a rest, I'm sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Kirby saying, Brian, actually, you're safer with the lower pressure washer. High dollars do not mean anything to the vehicles. Just do a safe cleaning and smile. There you go.
Now, the high dollars, the most it can change sometimes is like the materials that are used to construct the vehicle under the paint, assuming it's painted.
Yeah.
Sometimes, like, they talk about, the old F40 had carbon Kevlar and these things. It's like, well, you're still dealing with paint on top of that stuff. Maybe have a little differently,
Many times
but
it's just clear-coated.
you're still dealing with clear coat most of the time. If you're not, then you should be aware. The owner should tell you as much, and you handle it from there.
Nice.
G. Davis. Okay, what is he saying? Great Dane Films Black Friday sale is insane. 25% off all sleeveless kimonos, including an intimate midnight FaceTime with Dane himself. My lord, I hope not.
And a sleeveless kimono. Nice.
Jeez. What am I, like Kenny Powers?
Tough. It's also really tough. Rick Smith officially finished with Christmas shopping. Everything now is for me. Nice. Congratulations,
Very
man.
nice.
Alex Dewar says, as resident TRC floor cleaner, I'll make the executive decision to allow you all staff to leave now.
That'd be great, but we need to keep this one. Otherwise, you don't get a show.
Hans says, G. Davis, thank God for no international shipping this time.
Saved you, buddy.
Well, and then G says, I think we'd all vote for free international shipping for Hans.
I mean, he probably at some point would deserve some kind of exception for the amount of, like, just sheer effort he puts into his consumerism. Graham, afternoon, lads. He kind of switched it up. I thought I'd lost another day. Weather's been pretty awful here for the past few weeks, so no detailing here. Well, too bad.
All right, welcome, Graham. Glad you're here, man.
That also means you're at least here watching the show, though, so thanks for that.
Dino saying, Hans, I know, I hope it's not gone. Or hope it is gone. And then Fazal saying, testing. You guys see my comments?
There's
yes,
a comment.
we are, Fazal.
Yep. See it right there, Fazal.
Yep. And then Super Auto says, Levi, I got to visit with my oldest son this past weekend and gave him a few select camper items, including a sign just like the one I sent you.
Aww,
that's awesome, Ken.
That's awesome.
I'm actually going to be taking my trailer out tonight.
Yeah?
Taking it over to my sister-in-law's, dropping it off as a mobile space for my nephew to stay in.
So kind of like a mother-in-law apartment kind
basically,
of thing?
Yeah. I'm going to go park it out in front of their house, plug it into their house so that they can. But it's winterized, so I told him he can't use the sink, and this sign will come in perfectly because it says, thou shalt not poop in the camper.
Thou shalt not
He can't
poop.
use the bathroom. He can't use the shower. He can't use the sink. But it'll be a bed. It'll be warm, and it's got a TV in there with a DVD player, so he can chill out and hang out. So
easy enough.
Should be too bad for him. And then, but yeah, thank you, Ken. I'm glad you got to give him some items. That's awesome. And then Spencer with a $19.99
Whoa,
super chat.
buddy. That was very nice.
Here's a little something for keeping me entertained while I ceramic coat this case.
International Harvester.
$5.80. I have 3 Pearl Towels, wholesale box, ready to roll. Also, just sent you a photo to show you the size of this on Facebook Messengers, Levi. Thanks, man.
Wow,
Appreciate it.
okay.
Quick Body's in stock and it's live.
Oh, Quick Body
Wow.
is back, and it's in stock and live.
Your
for
wishes
those of
are
you
command,
asking,
apparently.
It's ready to rock. We just got notification. Diamond Body Quick Body is in stock.
Okay, so
Go to the
grab it.
website.
Who knows
Yeah,
how long it'll be there
well,
for?
It's on 20% off, too, so you can grab it.
Yeah, take advantage. Jeez.
Masters of the Shine saying, yo, 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 what's going on? Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Hey.
What's up, man? Yeah, Spencer, we'll take a look at those. See.
Nice.
And then Han saying, I hope so. Lint is a pain in the butt.
Sure
And
is.
then Dino, I see your comments.
Yep.
Alex with a hot tip.
Ooh, hot tip.
Leaf blowers are primarily used for blowing snow off cars versus scratching. It's true. They're
definitely
great.
a good thing.
They're really great.
Assuming you don't let the snow accumulate to the point that it does eventually freeze onto the car, and then you got to break it off. Sometimes I just use gloves with fingers, though, and do that,
okay.
rather than introducing something, scratchy. Because I've seen people take full-on steel-tipped snow shovels to their cars and can only imagine the horrors that wait for them underneath.
Yeah, no, I've had to deal
Holy.
with cars whose customers have utilized the snow shovel to scratch the snow off their car and then call me and go, I think I scratched my car. And what they've done is they've removed paint and gone down to bare metal.
Yeah.
I had a customer bought a car, brought it into us, we had just finished detailing it. It sold. And then they had like an issue with something. They were like, hey, there's a stain. Can you try and get it out? We got it back, fixed that little spot, tried to get it. I think we fixed a part on the door or something. And then they took it up to their cabin and proceeded to scratch the ever-living snot out of it.
Oh, yikes.
Bring it back to us that week and go, what do we do?
Nope.
So the dealership ended up paying to have the hood and the roof repainted
Oh, no.
for them because they'd only had it like 2 days and then did
Wow.
that. Yeah, it was bad.
So, I mean, as a bit of consumer advice, my 2 cents, and I bet you'd agree with this, you can do something as simple as putting a towel on your windshield, under the windshield wipers, or you can get one of those special, like, overlay things
You
that
can
you just
buy
lay
it.
on
They
your
make
windshield that
foam
wrap
brushes.
around, like a foam. But what I'm saying is just to prevent it, if your car has to spend time outside and it snows or something like that, your windshield is the first thing that you're going
But
to
here's
worry
the
about.
thing.
Have something on there to keep stuff from freezing to it, or you're going to say
ready?
coat it
No.
and then prevent it
No,
from
you
actually
ready? You
adhering
ready?
in the
This is
first
going to blow
place.
your mind. Your car's dirty.
Well, sure.
You have frost, water, snow
Yeah.
sits on the surface of your car, hardens, crystallizes,
Yeah.
then has to be removed. The only way viable to not scratch is to blow it off with either a pressure washer or a foam cannon, or not a foam cannon, but an air gun, right? A big
Sure.
big blower,
Something targeted, directed.
right?
Yeah.
Those are the only ways.
Like the Eco Blower can do a lot.
Those are the only ways. However,
But it's not going to crack loose some of that
However-
stronger stuff.
if it cracks loose and it slides off on its own, guess what? It caused some marring.
Yeah.
It's not heavily noticeable.
No.
But is it going to change the difference if you take a foam snow broom, which I have for my wife,
Right.
and it's just a piece of foam on an end wrapped around a piece of plastic,
Yeah.
and she can just brush the snow off. It's not a bristle. It's not bristles. It's 2-3 layers of foam that just
Yeah.
slide it off. I'm okay with that.
Sure.
I'm
Yeah.
okay with that being used because it's not going to hurt or harm the car. Heck, I'll use a broom. I don't
Yeah.
have a problem with it because of the fact that, one, I take care of my vehicles, but also that's just the nature of the beast.
Yeah.
You got to clean it off. It's safer than driving around with a bunch of snow on your
Well,
car.
and that's what I wanted to get to in my point,
Like-
which was just as a matter of like your civic duty to not be a crappy driver, and that doesn't mean just how you handle yourself on the road. It's also how you handle the condition of your vehicle on the road. You don't want to be the guy with giant chunks of snow blowing off the roof of the car and hitting the windshield of the person behind you and causing a potential accident.
That's why we sell coatings. That's why we sell all this stuff.
You can do those things to protect the car, but if you're going to be cleaning off the car, you don't need to get every inch of ice. You need to get the stuff on the surfaces that you need to see through, and you want to get rid of the loose snow on top. If there's ice on there, fine, it's going to be on there, but just get any of the softer buildup on top
Heavy
that
stuff.
will break away. And that's just a good responsibility
100%.
as a driver on the road to respect those around you and take care of that stuff, because you wouldn't want it happening to you.
Yeah.
So why be the person who causes it? I'm just saying that it's like a little PSA.
No, I love it. Yeah.
All right.
I'm right there with you, Dane. G. Davis saying, kudos to Dane for finally giving me a film recommendation I could actually enjoy.
Hey.
Monarch Legacy of Monsters is very good so far. We watched 2 episodes last night.
It's a fun show.
It's great.
Yeah.
Here's the only
They
thing I...
brought out a 4th one just yesterday.
They didn't.
I watched a 4th one yesterday.
You watched the
I saw
4th
a 4th
episode?
Yes.
I watched 3 episodes, and the 4th episode says it's not available till December 7th.
How on earth? I watched it.
It literally said air date December 7th, and I go, what? I got to
Okay.
wait a whole week?
So does that episode thumbnail have a picture of like Kurt Russell out in a snowy place with
I
sunglasses
watched that.
on?
That's the 3rd episode.
That's the 3rd.
Yeah, and then the
What?
4th episode is
No,
the
the-
monster.
What?
Yeah,
Hold on.
guarantee you.
I don't want to spoil anything for anybody, but the episode I watched last night, I'm all
Yeah,
but positive was the 4th episode.
The airplane, they land on the snow.
Yes.
3rd episode.
That's a 3rd episode? Why did
Yeah.
I feel like I watched 4? I mean, I watched it back to back with For All Mankind, but
Maybe you watched it For All Mankind and you got confused, but
I got mixed up.
yeah,
They're very different shows.
Because I
but-
watched one
Okay.
episode, and then I watched 2 episodes back to back last night, and then I saw the 4th episode.
'Cause I thought
and I go, ooh, and then I look and it says December 7th, and I go, what?
Oh.
I gotta wait 2 weeks
That's
now?
a long gap.
Yeah.
Okay, so not spoiling anything by saying this really, if you looked at the cast list, you know, but I thought it wasn't until the 3rd episode that they even meet Kurt Russell.
Yeah, that was a good episode. I like that.
So that was good. I really liked that. But that
I
was,
also
that
like
was
the
episode 2 then?
No, it was episode 2 when they met him.
Because what I thought was the 4th episode was the 2nd episode with him in it.
Yeah.
I thought it was 2 episodes without him,
Yeah,
and then
he was
2
right at
episodes
the
with
end.
him.
Yeah, he's right at the end. I also love the
I'm a-
transition they did between him and his son.
Yes. Oh,
Great
and
transition.
If you didn't think they looked that alike when you see them in separate pictures, when they do a transition of their face just from old to young, and you're like, oh my God, they are related. It's
great.
so clear. But yeah, no, that was great casting. Anyway, that's a little bit of a
So yeah,
distraction.
check it out. It's a great. It'll be a great weekend
enjoy it.
film.
It's a fun one.
Also, Carly, I want to go to see Napoleon this week.
Oh
if
yeah,
we
my
can,
parents and I and brother, we're all going to go see that at some point
I'd like
this
to go do
weekend.
that.
Yes.
Fazal saying, thanks, Dino. Notice my comment wasn't read. And then G. Davis, when I think of height advantage pie eating, I always think of Joey Belinsky.
And Fazal, we did read your earlier
Yeah.
comment when you said test. So did you
Yep.
write something before that we
I don't
missed?
know.
Is that what
I
you're
don't know.
referring to? Because I didn't see any from you
see.
before that.
And then Joey saying, G, are you a big fan of pie also? So I am a huge fan of pie. Like, I will choose pie over cake.
Okay.
And here, Carly put this out on her Instagram.
Yes.
She had talked about one of her friends or her had said, what's a place you remember frequenting as a child that is no longer around? And I said, Plush Pippin.
Ooh.
When she asked me that question. And I said, I loved Plush Pippin. That was the reason we would go after my sister's recitals, dance recitals. We would go there. And I loved it because it was a rotisserie that would spin when you walked in with all these different pies on it.
Okay.
And it was, so when you get off the connector, coming from the east or west, and you come off right there by the Auto Mall before you get ready to go.
Oh, that exit.
Right on the
Okay.
corner of Franklin and that exit. Before you enter the Auto Mall, if you turn right onto Franklin, that's
Yeah.
an old Plush Pippin on the corner there.
Oh,
That-
where like the church and stuff
Yeah,
are?
that's an
Oh,
old
okay.
Plush Pippin
Or
restaurant.
there was like a thrift store there too.
You know where the other Plush Pippin used to be?
Where?
State and 16th, where the Carl's Jr. is.
Oh,
That used to be a Plush Pippin
the
as well.
one over by the Albertsons.
Yeah, that used to also be a Plush Pippin.
Okay.
It was a Plush Pippin, then it became a Burger King, and then it became that Carl's Jr. So,
Okay.
Anyway,
Today I
Plush
learned.
Pippin was that because it was a pie-centered business.
So like Marie Callender's.
Like a Marie Callender's. Like they sold other food, but
Sure.
they were notorious for pies.
Okay.
And we'd always have the Plush Pippin pie tins.
Was it kind of like a Boston Market fast casual type situation where it's not really a sit-in place?
No,
but
it was
it's
a
something
sit-in. It
you
was
go
a
and you get
restaurant.
stuff and they
No,
leave. Oh,
it
it's
was
just
a
a full-on
restaurant.
restaurant. Okay.
Yeah. You could go take out a pie, like kind of like how Sherry's has.
Gotcha.
Like you could take a pie to go.
Sure.
But they were there specifically to sell you pie.
Where does the plush in Plush Pippin come from?
I don't know, but it was delightful. Did you ever have a place like that you guys went go to, like for family?
How did you classify it?
So
again?
basically, it was like any time you go as a family to celebrate something.
Oh, right.
So
yeah.
like Plush Pippin was something we'd go after my sister would have a dance recital.
Yeah.
We would all grab my grandma and maybe
Yeah.
some aunts or whoever was around, and we go, hey, we're gonna go to Plush Pippin.
Well,
All right, let's go there.
mine's not quite as unique as that because mine is a place that probably a lot of people had, at least during the 90s. Living in Sequim up in Washington, far up north there, over next to Twilight Town, Forks and all that. Sequim had a Godfather's Pizza, and that's where everybody would go.
Yeah, that's a
after
big
sporting
that's a
events,
big
things like that, because they had the
Washington-
buffet kind of thing.
But Godfather's was
yeah.
a big Washington institution.
And they had that dessert pizza that if you know, and that thing was just pure cinnamon and sugar. It was and just slathered with like icing on top. It's like eating like a cinnamon roll, but as a pizza.
Yeah, we go visit my uncle in Seattle, and that was where once all the uncles got there and the cousins, that was their like, what are we doing for dinner? We're going to Godfather's.
Well, and
I'm
it
like,
had
all right.
these like it had these they almost look like little bits of like have pineapple on Hawaiian pizza, except in this case they look more like brown sugar. They were like sugar cubes almost.
Oh.
You bite into it and it just explodes sugar. That's
Yeah.
all it was.
Yeah.
It's like this is how kids are rotting their teeth in the 90s.
But that's how
this.
Pizza Pie Cafe now, that's in
Yeah.
Utah and some Idaho
Okay.
and Wyoming and stuff.
I get very nostalgic thinking
Pizza Pie
about
Cafe
it,
is
though.
that it's an all-you-can-eat restaurant, pizza restaurant, salad bar, pasta, but they make dessert pizzas.
Nice. Well, yeah, no, that
Very good.
That totally sent me back though, because I had so many like birthdays there as like a kid, like growing up right around that time period, going and playing like Mortal Kombat on the arcade machine in
Nice.
the back, like a little 1942 bomber type thing, like fun stuff,
Yeah.
or Midway or whatever. But no, that was that really brought back some
Right?
memories.
That's
there,
a good
yeah.
one. There was a good one there.
What are
All
your
right.
guys' ones? Throw them out in the comments. Anyway, moving on.
Spoonfuls said, placed my first TRC sale order Monday and my Dixon flannel sale order today. Nice.
Ooh.
Seeing lots of stylish, cozy detailing in my future.
Yes.
Welcome to the team.
Enjoy the Dixon.
And then Michael Kaufman says, I'm jumping over from a DIY details video. Welcome,
Welcome.
Michael.
Glad to have you here, Michael.
Ricardo B saying, what's up, gentlemen? Happy Thanksgiving Eve. Any ETA on when the TR1 360 replacement heads will be available? Well,
The individual heads.
we don't have that. You can buy one,
You
though.
can buy a full-on sprayer though with the head.
Yeah.
That's an option right now, and plus they're on sale with the coupon
20%
code,
off.
so it might be worth it. Just get the bottle and
would've
enjoy
thought?
the head.
Yeah.
All right. That's a
Everybody
whole lot
else
of
saying
Umberto.
hello and thumbs up. What's up?
We go from page. Whoop, wait a second. I feel like I skipped a page. I don't want to miss anybody. Okay. One more on this page. We got G. Davis, and I'm going on to page 4.
Joey Belinsky, I prefer a good carrot cake, truth be told. So he's a cakeman.
Yes.
Then-
Cheesecake is where it's at, personally
Dino saying
speaking.
Umberto.
Hey.
And then Dabbler jumping on saying, holy crap, it's Thursday on a Wednesday. That's
Right.
right, Matt. We're getting
It's
this
a
party
Wednesday.
started. And then G saying, I hope everyone will recognize Anthony's tireless efforts on behalf of Portuguese Dyslexic Boys Choir of Greater Boise.
Population 1.
Yep.
Him.
G saying hello to Umberto. G, I'm so happy you're here. I hope you have a great
Yes.
Thanksgiving with
We're really happy
all
to
of
have
your
you here.
extended family. Dino Gravic saying, I cleaned the hell out of a dryer. After drying them, I had about a 1/4-inch lint ball from about 28 towels. Wow, nice.
Oh.
And then
Yeehaw.
Michael Kaufman says, multiple mitts and no bucket for me. I like that. Mm-hmm. And then Flack Pyro.
Hey,
What's
Flack
up, man?
Pyro, welcome.
Saying, I have some Linty Eagle 400s that I've always hang dried. Going to try air fluffing them in the dryer
Do
suit.
it.
That's really will help him out.
Yeah.
For sure.
Also, 400s. I wonder if he's referring to like the old 480s.
Probably.
470s.
Probably. They're probably the olders.
Yeah.
Fog 1014.
That means they're pretty old in that case, which means you're still using them. That's great.
And then Fog saying, do you guys use the same or separate towels to dry door jambs and wheels? I'd rather not use tire towels since they're 80/20 and also for tire shine leveling, and would want to use a mini gauntlet. So here's the deal. Fog, you can do whatever you want. When I do a car, when I finish and I do jams and wheels, I do them at the same time. So I go wheel, door jam, wheel, trunk jam, gas door, wheel, tire, or wheel, door, wheel, hood jam. Does that make sense? So I go around in a circle. That's how I do it.
Yeah.
And for me, I just use a 365, and I'll use Clean Maker, I'll use Paint Gloss, I'll use O&R, I'll use Dream Maker, whatever I have with me. This is what I'll use to do my final wipe down.
If you're forced, like just absolutely against your will, you have to pick one towel to use. I feel like the 365 edgeless would be it.
It works just fine. So if you want to use a mini gauntlet for all those jobs, you can. I use the same towel. I don't have any issues with it because I'm going to wash it when I'm done. Sometimes if I get into something where I'm like, it's a little too dirty, I'll grab another one. I'll switch it out. But I usually don't have any issues with it. So I would say whatever floats your boat, do it, and not have to worry about it. I would say separate for tires.
Right.
Use a different towel to wipe down your tires. That's all.
I was just going to say, he seems like a candidate who would enjoy the rip and rag when it comes out.
That might be a nice one.
I think
for
that
you.
might be a good one for
Then
you.
he says, if they should be separate, just because wheels can have leftover brake dust, I could always dye one in the wash with my new 1500. Silly face. Yeah, you could. And then Dabbler says, you know where I find way too much lint? My friggin' belly button. Don't we all, Dabbler?
Isn't it weird how it just collects?
Yeah. Joey saying, I volunteer as tribute to test this hypothetical new towel.
We got a volunteer here.
Umberto saying, sometimes towels are still heavily contaminated surfaces like those being used on windows will lint. Yep, that's right.
Yep.
Then Hans says, I also wouldn't mind testing the new Stroopwafel weave towel.
Oh, that's pretty presumptuous there, Hans.
You knew it was a Stroopwafel weave.
Crazy.
Kirby says, regarding the listing on microfiber towels on glass, one YouTuber commented that often it occurs when the glass has bonded contaminants, suggested to clay glass, and try the towel again. Yeah, that can happen too.
Certainly. G. Davis here. I hope 2024 includes Joey Belinsky being banned from all giveaways and hypothetical testing of any kind. Wow, G. Really laying the hammer down.
No.
I wonder how... Oh, wait. Joey just laughed at it, so I guess he's all right. As long as nobody's feelers are hurt, right? All right.
Michael saying, favorite stainless steel quick disconnect kit. McKillian's MTM or No Name from Amazon. So I don't use stainless steel quick disconnects. That's a question for Anthony or Brodel. I would say they're all pretty good. The reality is just the quality of the stainless steel. If you're getting one off Amazon, I'd probably shoot for something in a 315 or 400 level.
Is it 316?
316, and then there's and then
harder
the next
to turn, but really good quality.
304 and 316, I think.
Yeah,
304 is still good, but 316 has higher. It has less.
It's more resistant.
It has less it has another agent added to it to make it less corrosive. That's
but
what I
it
was
is
trying to
less
say.
malleable than 304.
It's less malleable. And then there's 400 level, which are like another set of numbers. Those are extremely pure stainless, but they are usually reserved for other things.
I was just saying, imagine that's more like the Cybertruck or something, where it's just like slab side. You can't really do a lot of turning it or anything.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I don't know. I don't use any quick
What
disconnects.
about brass fittings?
So I use brass for my airlines. I like them.
Yeah.
I like brass.
Okay.
It wears out after a while, but I
Sure.
like it because it's a better. It's usually more precise in your attachment.
Okay.
But the more that you use it, the more it's going to wear out.
It wears out faster. Okay.
Lakes County Detailer saying Happy Thanksgiving from Lakes County Country, Minnesota, from Lakes Country Detailer. And then Umberto saying it happened to me when starting. Frank L saying Happy Holidays, men of microfiber. How do you recommend people care for matte vinyl stripes and decals? Same way as normal paint.
I mean, really, that's
you can
what
coat
there
it.
is.
You can spray a dressing on it, or not a dressing. You can spray a quick detailer. You can spray a paint sealant on it. You can do all kinds of stuff.
I
Just
think a
don't
lot of people have
buff
like
it.
unfounded fear of, well, if I put this like sealant that's supposed to make things shiny on it, it's gonna ruin it. And it's like, no, usually on a matte surface, you may get a little more
get
depth
more
to it,
depth.
but it's
Yeah.
not gonna suddenly turn it into this like gleaming shiny thing. It's still just gonna look clean.
Yep.
It's not gonna affect the matte of it too much. But what will is, like you said, if you polish something, that's how you change it.
Yep. Dino says, I also tried KCX glass cleaner with Ultra Clay for a lint on the windscreen to start fresh. Didn't remove everything. Should I try with O&R or Absolute or some stronger clay? You can pop up to a stronger clay. You could also use a razor blade, Dino, and razor blade the glass. That's another thing you can do to help try and break off some of that stuff. I like razor blade in a windshield.
Can't go wrong with that.
Brian saying, thanks, Kirby.
All right.
And then Jeff C., what is the wait time again for a first wash after coating with Diamond Body 36? 4 weeks? I usually say give it at least minimum 2 weeks. I find that the coating is still curing after about 4 weeks, and so I always recommend people to wait at least 4 weeks to 30 days. So it says, wife's X5 is dropping chunks of diesel soot on it after cold starts, but coating is resisting well as it doesn't stick. What I've found is that people who wash too soon do not see the hydrophobics that they would if they waited for another couple weeks.
Okay. Yeah.
Because you're waiting for that thing to actually like harden. It's like a candy shell. It has to harden a little bit. And because it's a humidity cured item, depending on where you are in the world will dictate when it cures faster or shorter. It's fully cured and weather resistant within an hour, but it continues to cure over time. So that's why we recommend don't wash it for at least a month. So yeah,
okay.
you're getting there, Jeff. Alex saying, hope you guys have an amazing Thanksgiving. In my humble opinion, turkey's overrated. So hard to get right. Don't hate me.
Alex, I do not
I will
hate
fight you, Alex.
I agree with
I will
you, Alex.
fight you for that turkey.
I did all the turkey. I think turkey is overrated. Turkey is healthier than chicken, sure.
Dane, I love turkey.
But turkey, to me, the flavor, it's always just it's pretty good. It's all right. It's just
had
what
some delicious turkeys.
Give me ham. Give me pork. Give me chicken. Give me something else.
See?
Fish. I love salmon. Different things. I realize that's not very Thanksgiving-y.
That's all right. You can be thankful for whatever you want.
But give me the cranberry sauce and the other things. I'm a happy camper.
I like turkey.
Yeah.
I
tolerate it. I'm not saying I hate it. I'm not saying that. It's fine, but that's my total sum response to it is it's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine.
So, I'm notorious for a full plate at Thanksgiving.
So you're more like the dad in Christmas Story. You're just like, you love that.
I'm going to eat. I'm ready to eat.
Yeah. You'll fight those dogs off.
I'm going to do this and I'm going to build me a plate with a gravy dam.
Mm-hmm.
Right? To keep the gravy in and allow it to mitigate mixture with other stuff, but it is a gravy levy.
Levi gravy levy.
I build sculptures in my mashed potatoes.
Okay.
My stuffing. I need to have a large plate, and then when I proceed to imbibe my Thanksgiving dinner, I shall not talk to anybody.
Wow.
That mouth is silent. It is only to be used for the intake of said food, and then I'm sorry, seconds.
Oh, okay, yeah. Here's my hot take. So it's decent. Well, it's fine about turkey. Mm-hmm. One thing I do not care for, maybe it's a texture or consistency thing. This is going to sound sacrilegious at this point for Thanksgiving, but stuffing. I don't care for stuffing. It's literally filler. It's just filler. It's
seasoned bread.
It's just wet
and some vegetables.
Soggy bread. It's bread that's too soft.
I love it. I could eat stuffing.
I don't want stale bread, obviously, but this stuff it's just.
So when I was,
give me like yams or something, or like potatoes, something with a little bit of. I want a little crunch. I want a little like.
Well, you can have stuffing with a crunch,
but I mean like not too softened, kind of like steamed carrots or something like that. Like other things, I'm good with that. Give me the veggies.
I like that. Yeah, right. I can see that.
Yeah.
I 20 years ago, Dane. Yeah. When I was a young buck living on my own before I married my wife, I would just buy stovetop stuffing.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And just make it because it was filling. because I could get a lot of it.
It does that.
I could make
it's
a lot of
filler.
it for a little bit of money, and it was something that I could enjoy.
Sure.
So I'd make it on the stovetop, cook
get
up
that
some stuff,
logic.
and I'd sit down and eat. And me and my roommate, that's what we'd eat. Just eat some
I
of that.
imagine if you're like a wrestler who's trying to gain weight or something,
or can of
like, that's
refried
a
beans
quick
was
way
the
to do
other
it.
one.
Okay, yep.
Yeah, because the people's like, oh man, ramen's so cheap. Yeah, I'd eat ramen, but like realistically, refried beans and stuffing is an easy gut bomb.
That's
It'll
another
stay there.
question I have though, because you just opened up a thing. Does anybody have stuffing outside of Thanksgiving? Like, is that just something that you just
No,
casually
but
have?
I
'Cause
would-
I feel like I only have it at Thanksgiving because it's there, and it's never something
I would have it at every
any
meal.
other time. of year.
I'd have it at every meal.
And even then, I'm just kind of.
I love stuffing. I'd eat it all the time.
Anyway,
Fog 1014. What's the importance of a foam in a decon wash before applying a sealant? I want to seal my car with Parla in best conditions. I could APC, wash, bug, tar, iron, clay, but I'm in an apartment and don't use foam. That's fine. You don't have to use foam. Foam is just a way to get soap onto the surface of a vehicle.
it gets it to stay in
And
place for a little bit,
it's-
stick and clean.
Sticks so
do
that
its
the
job.
actives can help break it down. So all it's doing is providing a surface to allow that stuff to sit, and as each bubble pops, that basically scrubs. So think of it like that in a microscopic way. You can foam a car, and then you can wash it with your bucket and your mitt, or you can just wash it the normal way where you get it wet and wash top to bottom with soap and water in a bucket. You're going to be totally fine. You don't have to worry about that at all. Some people will foam an APC. Some people will foam a wheel cleaner. Some people will foam. The only reason we use foam is, one, to create a scrubbing bubble, basically, where it clings, it sits, you get longer dwell time, and it allows you to break down that dirt faster, quicker, and makes it easier to remove when you come through with your contact wash.
Okay.
You can do all of that with rinseless too, and then put Parla on top. You don't have to use foam. Joey Belinsky says, I'll cook you a good bird, Alex. Then Fogg says, I also use an HDX sprayer with a bike valve mod and mini compressor for O&R pre-spray, but no foamer. Is there an APC pre-wash that doesn't need foam for similar results, or should I invest in foamer? No, you can use Forced, you can use Power Clean, you can use KCX's Green Star. You can use any of them. You don't have to foam them.
Right.
There's no need. Like, foam is, like I said, just another way to break stuff off. If your car is fairly clean, you don't need to worry about it. You can even take it to the gas station or the car wash down the street, pressure wash it, drive it back over to your place, rinseless the whole thing, you'd be fine.
That's not to say foam doesn't have its advantages and purpose behind it, why it originally exists. However,
for interiors, it's great because it doesn't have a lot of liquid.
Spoiler alert, the reason you see it so much in Instagram and in YouTube videos is because, frankly, it looks a lot more interesting and engaging than just spraying a non-foam product onto a surface and waiting for it to work too.
100%.
That's most of the reason why you see so much foam out there. It's
That's
not,
why we always
it's
say-
not a requirement.
That's why I jokingly say foam is for the honeys, O&R's for the money.
And that's why we love rinseless washes.
So Jeff C says it's actually really cool, though, as the soot makes weird patterns as the coating rejects it. That's pretty rad.
That's fun.
G. Davis says, Duar, bring in the disgruntled turkey hate. How dare you?
Doer, I stand in solidarity with you.
Then Fazal saying, okay, let me repost. Happy Thanksgiving evening to you all. Great news. We finally have an official retailer of TRC products in the Barbados.
Hey!
Congratulations.
Excellent.
Here we go.
Glad to hear
And
it.
then Master of Shine saying, Masters of the Shine saying, Umberto. what's up?
Waving.
And then Brett Gates, happy Thanksgiving to
Hey.
all at TRC. What's up, Brett?
Right back at you, Brett. And hey, Brett, when you got some free time, go check out that store too.
Oh, that's right. He hasn't
Yeah.
been here since the store's been
I
open.
don't believe he's been here since the store opened up. So, Brett, right over from
it out.
our studio here, we
He's
have that
seen it.
storefront.
He knows
He's
that's where
seen
it's
it. He
going.
knows
I
it
just don't know
exists.
if he was
I'm
going to
just
come.
throwing
He
it
was
out
going
there.
to come for the grand opening. I
opening.
don't remember seeing him, though.
Okay.
He may have come. I don't know.
I mean, you're more than welcome to still buy stuff online from us and pick up curbside. But if you're looking to get your hands on stuff, they got some stuff over there that we don't even carry.
Especially they're doing the Black Friday deals over there, too.
I think I've seen some Active 2.0s over there and
They do
stuff
have
and some
Active,
things. So they've,
yep.
they've got some cool stuff.
Yep.
You know?
Alex saying, gee, please enjoy all turkey innuendos with your family and friends. Then,
There'll be plenty of that, I'm sure.
and then Ulysses saying, quick question. When bringing a turkey...
Brining.
when brining a turkey, do you guys leave the grit guard in the bucket. Also, what is the preferred applicator to season the turkey?
Nice.
I like to just use a pressure washer.
Oh, wow.
I'm just going to skin that turkey.
just clean the skin out. You go full like 3,300 PSI.
Just skin it down, and then dunk it in, something like the new GFX, Christmas scent. Gives a little cinnamon, little mulberry. Give it a
so what you're telling me is I should not have used aircraft stripper to pull the skin off that turkey.
No, no. Pressure washer work fine.
Yeah, don't do that.
G. Davis says, is it true Luke Berge has reserved Levi's camper for Memorial Day weekend meat-free Amish family reunion in Emmett? That's true. That is true, G. Yeah, $100 a night. Alex Dewar saying hot snow talk.
Yes.
And
you guys getting snow up there already?
Simon Birch saying, oh boy, I forgot it's Thanksgiving tomorrow. Happy Turkey Day. Thank you, man.
We gave you a chance, a full day to prepare yourself.
And he says, gobble gobble TRC crew, Birch is here.
Hey.
How you doing? And then Flack Pyro. Coat the window, leaf blower. If it's a big snow dump or heavy wet snow, use a snow broom. But don't go all the way down to the paint. Larry made a video about this during one of those crazy New York winter dumps. Yeah, you
got to look out for those crazy New York winter dumps.
The amount of stuff on there, it's just not it's not a big deal. I won't worry about it. Yeah, okay, G, you're right up there. I see that.
Yep.
Han says, G, I heard Luke booked the MOS camper for TRCMA 2024. That is not true. That one I will say is not true. Fazal says Monarch third episode
already be taken.
Came out last night.
Okay, so they're right then.
Yep.
I got all mixed up.
Mine says episode 4 is available December 1st.
Crazy.
December 1st is what I meant. Sorry, didn't
okay.
say 7th.
7th. When you said 7th, I was
it's still
that
a long
is far
ways
away.
though. It's still another it's
an extra week.
It's like 10 days.
Yeah.
So
okay.
Yeah,
I
crazy. But it makes sense
watch more.
That they dropped 3
good.
yesterday then for the holiday.
Okay.
Hey, Holiday Anthony's here for the party.
Look
What's
at
up, man?
that.
Wow, who would have thought?
By the way, I'm on page 5, so we are in need of moving along here.
Yeah, we're doing good. Harry Housewife saying microfiber towel in the wash with clothing covered in pet hair. Genius.
Does that not work well?
No,
That's
it does,
awesome.
It does kill a towel. Does kill a towel.
It's a sacrificial towel. You have to know that going in. So make sure it's not a towel you really like. But it better be a good quality microfiber towel to pull that stuff. Really grab it.
Then Super Auto letting us know that that's his alter ego there.
I was going to say, you called him Ken. Yeah. I know he's Al. I just don't call him out by name because I don't know if he wants that.
Ken, sorry. Joey saying, All Day Anthony saying, showing up for work events on your day off, baller. Who knew that All Day Anthony was homesick also?
Yeah. No, I was going to say, it's not so much a day off.
He doesn't work here. All Day Anthony doesn't work here.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's a different Anthony.
Yeah.
We've been over
this. A different person, Joey.
We've been over
Jamie says he's buffering. Then Alex says, All Day Anthony here in the comments, a celebrity in our midst.
That's right.
I know, that's what I'm saying, right?
They're all stoked to see Anthony.
And G. Davis saying, Dane endorses cleaning your roof of snow, but would routinely not clear the bowl of his Sport Track toilet.
I like how it's a Sport Track branded toilet now.
Yeah, that's a good one. And then
oh boy, whole bunch of comments going back.
All Day Anthony saying pie's an inferior baked good.
Whoa, okay, now I'm getting aggressive and looking at that, going, those are fighting words. Pie is
the next one says fight me, literally.
Wow, Anthony, we're actually, you know what? I would say there is one pie-like thing that I prefer over pie. I like a good cobbler.
Yeah, I
love a good cobbler. I consider cobbler to be an alternative to pie while being close to it.
No, it's still pie.
That's what I'm saying. It's very similar.
And then a topping. That's
right.
it.
But cobbler can have similar contents inside as a pie does. I just prefer the cobbler consistency.
It's the same as a pie consistency.
Well, what's the difference?
Nothing. It's the shape and how it's prepared.
To me, they were different.
They're not different.
And I prefer the cobbler.
A cobbler is usually square.
I'm making up a reason to
if
distinguish them.
If I gave you a peach pie and a peach cobbler.
The only difference is the shape.
And I cut them in the same shape.
Yeah.
Where they're both square or triangle.
You just give me a rectangle or a triangle.
And I threw some ice cream on top and they're both hot some ice cream. You'd go, this is delicious.
So to me, and this is
if it comes in a square, you call it a cobbler. If it comes in a slice, you call it a pie.
Here's where I thought they differed. And maybe this is because of the pies I've had versus the cobblers I've had. I always felt like cobblers, the contents were kind of exposed at the surface, whereas pies, they kind of cover it with another layer of
True.
crust.
Now, that is true.
So,
however...
see, there's a distinction.
However...
There's a distinction.
However, there are many exposed pies.
Well, I hope they cover them up at some point.
Okay. Dane Hennon asking for covered pies.
Cover your pies.
Please cover your pies.
Just kidding. I love cobbler. Keep it exposed. I don't care.
Yeah. Ricardo B says, I've been coating cars with Diamond Body 36, but is there any other coatings you recommend with a similar cure time? Don't have an indoor or covered area to let cars cure after installing coatings. Like I said, they cure within an hour after installing the coating, Ricardo, so no issue there. But they continue to cure over that time period. So
the cure process
just
is
like-
longer, but the part you need to worry about is only an hour.
But it's the same as OptiCoat or Gloss Coat.
right, yeah. No,
It's going to be
that's what
ready
we
to rock
always
and roll within an hour or two after.
We talked about that for a long time
We would
back
put
in our old videos.
OptiSeal or HyperSeal over the top of the coating to protect it from the weather. But the coating still cured for well into a month. And the same is true with CSL, XO, Legend, all those. They're still curing because all of them are all humidity cured coatings.
Okay, yeah.
So
No, that's normal
Yeah.
as far as we're concerned.
Alex says pie greater than most cakes, agreed. Unless it's a light cheesecake, game over.
Alex, you and me, birds of a feather, cheesecake is where it's at. Done and done.
Joey Belinsky says
Also, cheesecake is more like a pie than a cake, in my opinion.
It is,
There's also
yeah.
that.
But if it's a cake and it's shaped in a circle and you get a triangle slice,
Well,
what
yeah,
if it was
but
a cheese cobbler?
You know what? Cheesecake, though, is an interesting contrast to what you'd normally consider a pie, though, because, like I said, the pie has a crust on the top, too. Cheesecake is exposed at the top.
True.
So now we're in some weird uncharted territory.
Dane,
What do we
looks like
call
you're
that?
gonna have to make a
key lime pie and
you're gonna
cheesecake
have
have
to
a similar.
take a tour of the Cheesecake
Aluminum
Factory.
ring? Oh my God, we're
And
back
learn,
to that
taste,
again. Oh
and learn
no.
from
Okay,
the great chefs
Joey,
over there.
save me, Joey. Banana cream pie is a goat. Don't at me. Banana cream pie is awesome. I'll back you up. On
And then Ulysses Costco pumpkin cheesecake rye.
Ooh, rye. Ooh.
Alex saying, heard Mazel got some velvet Costco hangers, and Anthony was livid. And then Bazell saying, canned cranberry sauce greater than everything. That is
Ooh.
true.
All right.
And then Ulysses with an FTW.
Yep.
G. Davis says, finally, Anthony says something sensible and factually accurate. And then he goes, I'm going to miss Long John Silver's with Tony Mazel. That's a good time right there, yeah. Joey Belinsky saying cheesy corn.
If you know, you know.
I don't know what cheesy corn is.
Guess we'll learn.
Yeah. Tamara saying, I agree, cheesecake's king.
Yes, Tamara.
Dan, good afternoon, and a word up from Minnesota, USA. Happy Turkey Eve, TRC gang. Just finished detailing my son's Jeep. He's home from college, and I couldn't allow his dirty car in the driveway. It's a good reason.
Yeah, fair.
Tell him to park it down the street. And then Anthony saying, I don't think it's possible for Dane to go no more than 3 Q&As without mentioning Squim, Washington.
He asked me a question that required me to mention it in discussion, because if I say
knew he
Godfather's
was such
Pizza,
a fan?
not everyone else is going to get it.
Who knew he was such a fan?
It's where my
Listens to
birthdays
this many
happen.
Q&As.
Between-
That was the question.
Between 1995 or 96, like winter 96, somewhere around that time period.
Till 2000.
Until 2001, like August of 2001. That's where I was. So a lot of my childhood happened there.
Yeah. Oh,
But, yeah.
I love it. I want to see other people's places.
Yeah.
G. Davis, what does he say? When I want to teach my children about honesty, I play them Anthony's blasphemous review of the Batman. And then Dan
Dang.
saying, thanks for the doorbusters this week. I stocked up. Thank you, Dan. Appreciate it. G. Davis saying, Dane's childhood home in Squim is now available as an Airbnb for bachelor parties and Hanukkah celebrations.
Honestly, it was a really cool house, and I still think it's a really cool house. It was like way back in a forest. It felt like you were just in a tree. I loved it.
There you go.
All right.
Brian Schwab saying, happy Thanksgiving, guys. Warm wishes and have a very blessed rest of your week. Thank you, Brian. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Brian.
And
Hey.
producer Glenn saying, while I'm here and subsequently trapped in the control room, make sure to check out our recent Ineos video. It deserves some love.
We all agree to that.
Yeah.
Honestly, out of all the things we've done recently,
It was a beautiful video.
As a video editor myself, I look at that and go, Glenn, you killed it on that edit. I thought it
job.
was so good, and the storytelling was great. Anthony did a great job. I really love that video, and it does. It deserves more views, and I'm sorry it's not getting the traction we hoped it would, but maybe it's just because Ineos is unfamiliar for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Educate yourselves. Go watch the video after this. I think you might enjoy it. It's fun, and it's not that long. Just give it a like on your way out. That's what I would say. And by the way, give us a like right now. If you're watching this
Right now,
and you've enjoyed this conversation of Thanksgiving foods and such, just throw a big old fat thumbs up on there and leave a comment when you leave. Anyway, moving along, I've got Spencer. Hello all, and happy Thanksgiving. On to G. Davis.
Thank you, Levi. We're first-time empty nesters this Thanksgiving, and I am loving every second of it. That's great. You're actually going to get to wear your underwear tomorrow and walk around the house and not have people tell you, put on some pants, Dad. That's gonna be
nobody's going to battle you on that.
I can't wait. Free. I can't wait till I achieve that status.
How excited are you to have that?
Or just be naked, not even have to worry about it.
Just
I can lock the doors,
like, whatever.
Walk around the house, maybe want to sit down, maybe I want to eat some turkey in the nude. I can't wait for that day.
Why am I having flashbacks to that post-credit scene from the movie Dodgeball of Ben Stiller just munching away on drumsticks?
Yeah, that'll be me too.
Yikes.
I'm excited for that. Well, enjoy it, G. The Yo Hurl, what's a good glossy interior coating? My friend likes it's very glossy, preferably lasting 6 months or more. Well, so if you're looking for an interior coating, Diamond Body or Diamond Protect interior coating actually does glossing up the interior plastics. Lasts for a year. So Yo Hurl, that's a good one.
Might that also be on sale right now?
It is on sale right now. You can pick that up. Get a couple boxes of that.
Ragcompany.com Black Friday sale.
And it's on Doorbuster, so it's a severe discount. So you can pick up, it's a perfect time to buy. So that is a really good interior coating that does darken the plastics, so it does seem very glossy, and it should be able to do that. After that, other than just putting Shine All and really heavily dressing the interior, we don't really have anything else that would make it that glossy. So, Spencer saying this may have been discussed before, but what is there a timeline to expect Diamond Quick Body back in stock? From what I remember, there was an issue with the packaging. It's on the website now, Spencer. You can pick it up.
We got word from
it's literally on the website.
And be like,
you can get 20% off. Pick it up.
Yeah.
Go get it. It's right there. Go to ragcompany.com. Pull it up.
Cha-ching.
Scott Matern saying, happy Thanksgiving, everyone. Do you think KCX waterless wash would make a good drying aid, or would you use something else? No, you could use that. Yeah. Simon Birch saying that I think that the red FTW should be a #1 new towel.
I love that they're still campaigning for a new color FTW. It's just, there's that much demand.
Yeah. Then Belinsky saying, Simon Bach Auto Fiber is giving away the version of the red FTW. Their version.
Well, there's an option right
Theirs is
now.
A different, completely different
It's a different
style.
towel, though, yes.
Completely different. Ours is a short nap, tight weave, twist loop. Theirs is a very long, more like our 1616.
They're both
liquidator.
dense in their own way, but ours is more dense because it's more compacted. Yeah.
And then Spencer saying,
There you go.
What combo do you think would provide the more stout, long-lasting hydrophobics and protection? Uno Advanced followed by Defender, or KCX P601 followed by SO02? Uno Advanced and Defender. P601 followed by SO2 will get you a minimum 6 months, maybe longer depending on how it's taken care of and washed. Uno Advanced is a very strong 1 year coating. Ceramic coating followed by Defender, which is about a 9 month, 6 to 9 month. Right. So Uno Advanced is far stronger than P601. P601 is a 6 month sealant on there. So, but both great products. Bam. And then Umberto, here we have Temblique Vanilla Flan, which is custard, carrot cake as part of the desserts, coquito chichato to drink as part of the start of the Christmas and Thanksgiving celebrations, besides pina colada with or without rum. So coquito is kind of like
I only know horchata.
Coquito is like a cinnamon drink. It's like kind of like an eggnog, cinnamony. Okay. Not quite eggnog, but it's a very
different
cinnamony
consistency
alcohol drink. Yeah,
a little more watery.
No, it's
or a little
still very creamy,
more
milk-based
Okay.
style, cream-based drink. Super Auto saying Godfather pizzas, love them. I loved the cheese on top of the toppings to keep them all in place, and pictures of Lowenbrow Dark.
Nice. Yeah,
Remember in
no,
the good
that
days.
definitely. I was a little too young to be having Lowenbrow, but as far as the rest of it, definitely agree.
Yeah. Alex Dewar says Dane's hyper tough, has a ton of seized brass.
I used to play a lot of brass, so I'm familiar with it. But actually, my last trumpet was silver. So
And Umberto saying also lechon asado with the turkey too.
nice.
Hans says 304 is softer and less chemical resistance compared to 316, and 316 Ti has titanium in it. So it's even harder. There you
Yeah,
go.
that's
Yep.
pretty much what we were saying. Yeah.
Simon saying, Joey, not sure if that's even available in my region, but would much prefer TRC.
Oh,
And Frank
thanks,
L.,
bud.
you can ceramic coat a brand new car, correct? Any reason to wait longer than a month from manufacturing an American-made vehicle? Frank,
Depends
the
on when it
biggest
was
thing is
painted.
just checking the month of when it was manufactured.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing. I would wait. Make sure it's at least 90 days. But remember, most cars are, they sit on a lot before they get delivered. So they'll sit in a facility. So the biggest thing is just to make sure it's completely deconned so that it didn't get rail dust or anything else on it. That's the biggest thing. Get that stuff off, get it polished, get it ready. And then you can keep it with sealant for, a month or two if you want to wait, and it'll be fine. Or you can actually coat. But yeah, coating a new car, usually all of them, by the time they're delivered, they're already about 3 to 4 months old. So, but if you're saying 1 month from manufacturing, meaning that you just got it, it's brand new, I'd probably wait. Especially as we're coming into winter, I would probably just seal the snot out of it,
Okay.
use some Defender on it, and wait till let it sit for a couple more months, and then polish it, coat it, all that stuff.
Yeah, that makes sense. Alex.
Wondering when the two-door busters start.
Oh yeah, the guys have been constantly bugging me. They're like, "You said there'd be updates to the doorbusters. We're on day 3, and I'm still waiting for it to update day 2 with any update." So what'll happen is Friday something new is going to pop up.
We just said that.
Yeah,
That's what I said at the
We're just
beginning of
reminding
it.
him again. So
You gotta be signed up to the newsletter. That's all.
yes, that way you know when.
Yep. EC saying, "Hey, what's
Hey,
up?"
hey.
Joey Belinsky, sausage stuffing is amazing, you animals.
Well, okay,
Oh,
but
yeah,
then you're
I love-
introducing sausage.
No,
See,
but stuffing has everything in it. You can put all kinds of
Sure.
stuff.
But my personal gripe with stuffing is when it's just bread, essentially. Like most of it's just like soggy bread. That's not appealing to
But
me.
it's got spices and
Yeah,
sometimes
I
it's
mean,
got some
even with the
vegetables and
spices and stuff, for me, it's just kind of like it feels like I don't know. It
you're
just
missing something.
something's missing. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. It's like it's lacking in soul or something. I don't know. Not that I'm eating souls over here. I'm not a demon, but
Yeah. All Day Anthony saying, when eating Thanksgiving dinner, I do enjoy eating a variety of different foods
I don't
and
think
having
he meant to say virility.
good conversation with family. However, when it comes to the turkey legs, I like to do that in private. I think he meant eating the turkey legs. He
Yeah.
does that in private. Well, it's best done
Wow.
behind closed doors.
Sure.
Everybody's saying hello.
Hello, hello.
Ulysses saying, Dane, stuffing is king. I'm going to drive to SLC and kick the jag doors in.
You can't hurt it any more than it's already been hurt, my guy. Oh, I'm sad again. Thanks.
Joey letting All Day Anthony know that he'll eat a turkey leg in public. Disneyland, no problem.
He would.
That's what I'm going to do.
He definitely would.
That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to eat a turkey leg in
Yeah.
full view of everybody.
That's fair.
Yeah,
Do it.
I'm gonna
Like
do that.
like a Ren Fair style
I'm going to be at
turkey leg.
Disneyland doing it.
Yeah.
I'm going to do it right there.
You're
just
gonna
like
do that.
Joey said. Tamara says, hate me. I'm a vegetarian. Give me tons of veggies for Thanksgiving.
I don't hate that.
whatever,
I
enjoy
love
it.
veggies.
Have
Give me veggies.
fun.
I agree with you, Tamara. I'll take some.
G. Davis says, Dane hates turkey, but he never complains when the Dragon Lady at the Silver Creek Spa works his glutes and hamstrings with a freshly seasoned turkey leg bone.
Wait, that's what she was using?
And Ulysses reminded us that it was stuffing, he said.
Oh, man.
EC Detail says 4 weeks to cure.
Wait, which one is he replying to? On
I don't know, but basically he's saying 4 weeks to cure. What it is
or are they
most
talking
coatings,
about DB still?
I don't know, but
Okay.
any coating has a certain time limit to cure. What I've always stated, when you coat someone's car, bring it back in for a coating check within 4 weeks. Also, provide them with the first wash. If you provide them with that first wash and you say, I will wash your car, 1, you double check your work to make sure you didn't leave any high spots. 2, you get to wash the car and show them how it looks. Also, you don't have to worry about them mistakenly washing it on their own and not paying attention, especially if you're installing it.
Or doing that and suddenly going, it didn't work.
Yeah.
It's just like, well, hold on. What did you do?
Here's the deal. I had a customer back in the old days with OptiCoat, wash his car or coat his car, took it to his house, parked it in the driveway or in the garage. His wife pulled it out of the garage, parked it in the driveway next to the sprinkler. He left town for a week and a half. Sprinklers hit the side of the car for a week. She didn't know that he had just coated the car. So then he comes home, sees that it's parked there, goes, oh, and he got home late and the sprinklers were on. He's like, oh no, how long's the car been parked there? She goes, oh, I pulled it out the next day. Like it's been out there all week. Yeah. He called me in a panic. And I said, wait till the 1 month. Mm-hmm. Then I can decon it. I can acid wash it. I can remove all that stuff. But while the coating is in this curing phase, I don't want to touch it. So just let it chill. It'll be fine.
Stuff that happens to it is going to happen to it, but it can be dealt with. You just got to wait until after that window of time.
Yeah. The only way to properly cure a coating quickly...
IR lamps.
Yeah. And a high humidity, which we don't have here in Idaho.
Yeah, no, we're pretty dry.
Yeah.
Pretty dry.
So Dane, Umberto, Dane has... hasn't been given the taste Puerto Rican cooked turkey.
You're right. Ooh, I haven't, and I would love to find out what that tastes like. So feel free to throw me a recipe or something.
Yeah. Mike G saying too long, and replying to EC. Basically, that's not what we're saying. 4 weeks cure time. You're taking my words and mixing them up. What I'm asking is for you not to wash your car for 4 weeks after that, because a coating continues to cure. I don't care what coating you're using. If you're using
it's not something that's unique to just one coating.
G-Technic, if you're using Modesta, if you're using Diamond Protec, if you're using DIY, if you're using any of those, the rule of thumb is always give a coating 4 weeks before you wash it after you've applied it. Now, if you want to wash it, go for it. But I will tell you, you will get better results regardless of the coating after you've let it sit for 1 month on the surface undisturbed.
Sure.
Plain and simple.
But as you mentioned earlier, the part of the curing that you need to worry about, the part that people should be looking at is like, oh, that's the curing time. The part that you need to be concerned about is that 1 hour.
1 hour. It's the best in the industry right now. 1 hour cure time with Diamond Body.
So
and Diamond Body 36.
Want to make sure people don't take the wrong perception away and run with it.
You can coat it, leave it in your garage for an hour, and then take it out into the rain, take it out into the storm, take it out. Previously with like G-Technic and OptiCoat and some of those, you had to put a topper on it. The topper was designed to protect it while the coating was continuing to cure.
Well, that's why back when we had all those videos with Ivan doing like gloss coat with us and stuff, he'd always talk about OptiSeal going on there. It just made sense, and that was the process. It's not like that part of it has really changed. The products may have changed, but the process is similar.
Yeah, I think Mike and EC are misunderstanding me.
Perhaps, just in case, I want to clarify for people who may be confused seeing what they're saying and thinking it's one thing when it's not.
Nope.
So
Joey Belinsky saying, I had a friend who would get stoned and crave stovetop stuffing at any point during the year. I could see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
EC explain it again, not very confused.
Once again.
Yeah.
1 hour is what you have to worry about. 4 weeks is just the stuff going on in the background.
Han says Dane might get a Hallmark card from the IROC lady around Christmas time.
Oh, boy.
Who knows?
Yikes.
Ulysses saying, my mother-in-law makes the best stuffing on the planet. It's in the food group. It's in a food group on its own. Oh, I'd imagine so.
What's she do differently?
I like stuffing. G. Davis says, Joey Belinsky gives away stuffing with a purchase of 5 ceramic coatings.
Oh, nice.
Oh, nice.
Then he says it's on a secret menu.
It's awesome.
What do? You go and order a coating animal style? Let's see. We're on page... Whoop. Is that right?
Yeah. Nope. Keep going.
No. Okay. We're on to page 3 then. Oh, that was 3. Nope, okay, we're on to 2. We're making good progress. Okay, we're getting there. 3:30 is my imaginary cut time right now. So when you see we're at 18, gives us about...
Yeah, we're good.
Yeah. We got a little bit of time.
Ulysses says, or after JB recoats his car 5 times... Mike says, what's up to Umberto? That stoner iron remover to Mike. Yeah, we got some of that here. Spencer says, I ordered 12 of the red chenille Washmet doorbusters to replace my green ones for the year. Excited to be using some red microfiber. Nice.
Getting more red in there.
Enjoy them. Mike saying, EC, it's good. They have a winner. I spray
It
Davis
is good.
watches. Haha. No, the Stoners iron remover. We got it at SEMA. They sent us some to play with.
We're not carrying it in the store, so when we say we got it, we don't mean like that. We mean we're playing with it.
They sent it to us personally.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
And it is. And the
doesn't
smell,
smell.
like you talk about, it does not smell
Doesn't
like other
smell.
iron removers because it's different ingredients.
Chemically different than all others.
And you can
Pretty
actually
impressive.
tell.
And then Spencer, Levi, can I order the blue Lake Country wool pads individually, but I can't order them in a bulk wholesale? Any reason for that? I have no idea, Spencer. You're going to want to reach out to info at the rag company and find out why. It might just be a little, there's not a toggle turned on.
Yeah, that's
just reach out and
definitely a question
ask
for them.
I don't know. Usually we can because most of the Lake Country stuff we can sell.
Yeah,
So.
typically.
G. Davis saying, I'm oddly intrigued, DC.
Probably about the iron remover
And
there.
then Grant saying, happy Pumpkin Pie Day, boys. Thank you, Grant. We appreciate
Pumpkin pie
it.
is delicious.
And then Ulysses saying, Brochacho, what's up? Alex, Dane, we've only had one light snowfall. Very mild fall. Very nice.
I'm just really stoked. I want that snow. I'm excited for it.
All Day Anthony says, cobbler actually has a worse consistency. It's the same as pie.
I would argue otherwise.
If I'm going to make an apple cobbler, I'm going to use the same ingredients that I'm going to use to make an apple pie.
This may sound
The
gross to some
difference
people.
is I'm just putting a different topping.
One of the
on top.
things I love about cobbler is that lumpy consistency
Are you
of it.
wanting the lower-
Like a tapioca pudding is kind of lumpy for puddings. I like the lumpiness
That's just
of
chunks
a
of
cobbler.
fruit, though.
Yeah, it's just chunky.
You can do that.
I like the chunky.
But you can do that in the pie.
I like it chunky.
Yeah.
I know you can have
Grant-
that in a pie too, but like cobblers more often than not have that lumpy consistency to them.
Grant Hotry saying you can't beat a steak and cheese or mince and cheese pie on a cold day. That's right, you can't.
As
Joey
long as it's
Belinsky.
not cold, because that sounds gross.
Well, a warm toasty.
Yeah.
And then Joey saying cobbler pie. Ooh.
I mean,
all
at
day
that
Anthony-
point.
All Day Anthony, like if I wanted a cobbler, I would just let the pie sit on the counter until it started getting soggy.
Okay, see, disagree. I like my cobblers to be like that kind of crusty cobbler. I like that kind of just more. It's got a little not crunch to it, but just it's got some resistance and break rather than just being a soggy mess. Once again, that was my issue with stuffing was that it's just like soggy bread. I don't like that. I guess we have very different interpretations of what these things are.
G. Davis says Dane is referring to the attractive young lady cobbler who fixed his favorite boots.
I mean, my boots look great. I'm not wearing them today, but
Graham says if you guys attend Waxstock 2024, Debbie will bake you guys a cake.
ooh,
Wow, thank you,
that sounds
Graham.
delicious.
G. Davis says like and rad.
Maybe he meant like and
I think
rate,
he goes,
as in a
like and rate, or maybe he said like Brad.
oh, like bread.
Because then his next
oh,
one,
yes,
he
there
goes,
we go.
I'm still laughing from the last live stream. The person seating the wet seat and mold up the gross. G. Davis says, like Brad Gates, Anthony is having his daughter pay rent at 18 months of age.
Gosh.
Very funny, G.
Tyler Cucci's just saying what I said earlier. Cheesecake is a pie. My family had a huge discussion. Yes, I'm not
Wow.
disagreeing.
Okay.
It's
Pie
fine.
family.
I think cheesecake is a pie too.
Yeah. Al Harold saying Costco pecan pie is the bomb.
Oh, pecan
See, I
pie.
got your name right.
Pecan pie
then,
sounds like an old man flavor, but man, I love it.
Yeah.
I love that pecan. Oh, it's so good. Okay, Mark Stone.
Happy Thanksgiving to the Rag Company, everybody. I'm just enjoying the show and thinking about how cool it would be to see an IK Multi Pro 12 under the tree. Might have to drop some hints.
Yeah.
And then Super Auto 2K saying PSA, you don't have to worry about your pants getting snug on Thanksgiving if you're not wearing any.
That's a galaxy brain
There you
take.
go.
I
Nice.
agree, Al.
Good work,
Great,
Al.
great point.
And then you hurl, can you reuse pearl pucks or towels when applying diamond coat glass? No, but you can flip a puck
Yeah,
over.
because it's got that barrier in it.
Yeah, it will harden.
Yeah.
So you can't really reuse them, and you will feel it on the towels when you remove it.
After that, you could probably use
But
them
it's
for
fairly dry, so there's not a lot left on the towel.
sure. It's just
So-
not going to absorb.
Yeah.
But you could put like tire dressing on it and use it for tires if
Yeah,
you
you
want
could.
later, something
Yep.
like that.
Yeah, it's just going to, depending on how much because the coating really does truly absorb into the glass. So
Yeah.
you can get quite a bit on there.
Okay, we're on to page 1.
All right.
We are catching up.
Joey says, thank you for reminding me to dig out my Thanksgiving pants. Special
Ooh,
ones.
Thanksgiving pants.
Yeah.
Awesome.
G. Davis says, I hope the next round of doorbusters include Alex DeWar coming to America and frying a turkey inside your trailer or small efficiency apartment. Ooh, that might be nice.
Okay.
And then Al saying, gravy, my favorite holiday beverage, to Joey. And then Spoonful says, I'm not a demon. Nervous laughter.
I knew that was going to get somebody.
And G. Davis saying, my favorite Thanksgiving memory is hearing Eddie Cologne say Labo Cosmetica for the first time.
Labos Cosmetica.
And Joey Belinsky saying, bonus points if you eat the frozen chocolate-covered banana while walking around Disney. Levi, tons of strange looks. No clue why. I'll eat that. I have no problem with that. And then Spencer B says, order placed for Quick Body. Nice. And then Frank L with a $10 super chat.
My guy. That's
Thanks
very
for
kind.
the advice.
Thank you.
Yes, the vehicle is only 1 month old since being made. I will wait 90 days to coat like you suggested. What about PPF? Should I wait for that too? Thanks again. That's up to you. If you want to get it done sooner rather than later, you're going to resist the amount of rock chips and things. That's not going to be so much of an issue. The issue that we have is the cured version of the clear coat itself.
Yeah.
Fully cured because of the fact that if you put a coating on top of it, you may still trap some of those vapors because it is continuing to off gas. And if you've ever coated a car on clear coat that is not fully cured, especially as we're coming in, Frank, this wouldn't be such a big deal if it was sun, right? If it was summertime or you're in the tropics or you're in the lower southern states where it's warm, and you have sun and you've got a good couple degrees at 90 that can really bake that and cook it. In the winter, if it was us and we had consistently 30, 40, 50 degree days, I would be more concerned and I'd be trying to find some IR lamps and trying to warm that paint up to continue to cook it, right?
Now, go ahead. I had a question when you're done.
No, but basically the problem, what you get is you get a fog or a mist that forms underneath the coating, in between the coating and the clear coat. That's what you get. And the only way to remove that is to polish it. And it continues to happen because you didn't give it enough time to coat. So that's the worry in doing that sooner rather than later. That's why Anthony waited so long.
Yeah.
He gave it as long as he possibly could before he could coat it.
Luck.
He also tried not to drive it as much because he was terrified about getting that stuff. And then once he coated it, once it was cured, then he did all the PPF and did all that stuff. But if it's your daily and you got to drive it and you got to do it, I'd probably just do the PPF, call it good, because you're going to put PPF over it anyway. And that's what you're going to be seeing. You're not going to be seeing the clear coat.
That's the thing I wanted to ask about, because I totally get, as a daily driver, of course, the whole point of PPF is to protect from rock chips in the places where they're most likely to happen. So chances are you're not like one of these people who like buy an exotic car and PPF the whole thing, because that's a ridiculous amount of money. But you're going to PPF strategically the places that are most likely to get hit. Now, the question I have for you, because I don't know the answer to this, and maybe you do, when it comes to PPFing as early as this, where it's like only 1 month old, that kind of thing, I've seen cases where like really old PPF can take clear coat with it. Is that true if you go too early and the clear coat's still curing and you apply PPF and you wait the normal length of time that PPF should be on there and you take it off and it takes the clear coat with it because it didn't allow it to fully cure yet?
That's a paint failure.
Okay, so that's just straight up. That's the
that was going to happen regardless.
That's not on the PPF install at that point.
That's going to happen regardless because the paint.
I'm just asking because I want these guys to hear it too.
Because the paint wasn't bonded properly at the factory.
But no matter how early you put PPF on there, that still wouldn't be the PPF's fault.
No, because it's not. It like you've got to. So when
there's adhesive involved,
correct, but. You've got to remember that what's breaking it is it going to remove the clear or is it going to remove the color coat? If it's moving the color coat, then that means there's a problem between the color and the primer.
I'm just talking about at the clear level.
But I haven't seen anything do that new, so maybe some PPF installers can tell us. But I would just say try and get some cure time.
Okay.
As much as you can.
Yeah. I'm just trying to think of every variable. So
most of the cars from the factory, there's not a lot of clear on them anyway.
Yeah. These days they keep putting less and less.
They bake them.
Yeah.
at the factory. So
And that
they've gone
does
through
a
a bake
lot.
cycle.
That does a lot.
They've helped. It's just a little easier to do it. But I wouldn't worry about PPF. I'd probably worry a little bit on the coating side.
So our 2 cents, go ahead and get a PPF. If that's something you're going to do anyway, get it done now so you don't have to worry about rock chips sooner than later.
Yeah. G. Davis says, during this holiday season, I hope to take a moment to think of Jamie the Cleaner, who just announced his run for Lieutenant Governor of Arkansas.
Oh, my goodness.
Wow, congratulations.
Wait,
G,
why
or
Arkansas?
Jamie.
He's not in Arkansas.
Very nice. Yeah, I think he'll do well there.
Okay.
Super Auto saying there is
Carpetbagger.
a definite difference between stuffing and dressing. Oh, there you go.
Well, dressing, what, like salad dressing? Because
No,
that is
dressing,
totally
they call
different.
it dressing. It's the same thing. It's mixing up chunks of stuffing with other items, vegetables, seasonings, things like that.
So it's almost like a bread version of a slaw.
Kind of, yeah.
Okay. I can get behind that. I can see that. By the way, love coleslaw.
My mother-in-law uses dressing as stuffing. Frank L., sorry for all the new car questions. Can I polish it or should I wait 90 days for polishing? No, you can polish it.
No, you're fine.
Yeah, you're good.
And we really appreciate you asking these questions, Frank,
Yeah,
because
that's
that's
what
what
it's for,
drives the
Frank.
show. So that's why we're here, and thank you for contributing. That's exactly the kind of stuff we want to see here.
Ryan saying, just jumping in to wish you both a fantastic Thanksgiving, best holiday of the year. I love Thanksgiving. I like to eat.
It's cozy.
That's my thing. I was a poor kid growing up, so for me it was the only time there was like a bunch of food.
Just a ton,
That buffets.
Yeah.
That's what I was like. I was like, this is a real thing.
It's like a buffet at home.
Love that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Demo saying, just joining the show. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. Thank you, Demo.
Thank you,
Then
Demo.
G. Davis, when I hear Anthony dissing Cobbler, I think of that older gentleman who wrecked the white Miata. And Super Auto says Cobbler equals a top crust. Pie is top and bottom crust.
Interesting.
See, but that's the difference. I've had cobblers with the thicker cake-like bottom.
Yeah? Okay. I can see where both of you are coming from, because I think that people are playing kind of fast and loose with the rules on these, I think. It doesn't really matter. If it tastes good, who cares?
Yeah. Grant Hawtrey says, if you think cheesecake is a pie, you like orange juice after brushing your teeth and put toilet paper on backwards, which makes you a psychopath.
Oh, Grant.
Yep.
When I think of cake, I think of like sponge cake and carrot cake, and basically cakes that are like porous cakes. Like I imagine like open cell foam and a polishing pad. That's the cake consistency I think of when it comes to cake.
Yeah. I could see that if that's how your brain thinks of
Yeah.
it.
So when I hear cheesecake, I just think the cake is kind of a misnomer in terms of the name.
Super Auto says, like my dad always said, you can call me anything except late for dinner. And then G. Davis says, I'd like to go to Disney World with Joey Belinsky. He told me his favorite ride is Captain EO at Epcot.
Oh, okay.
Gary from Long Island saying, hey, Tyler, I've been meaning to call you, but we got a ton of signups for our event. Nice. Long Island Detail Supply.
Hope you guys have a great event.
Joey saying, G. Davis, Captain EO is a fun time. G. laughing. Joey saying, the song is stuck in my head now. Thanks. G. winking. G. saying, Jamie the Carpetbagger has a nice ring to it. It does.
And he can keep the same initials that he uses anyway.
And then G says, thanks, boys. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. You too, man. You and your wife, happy Thanksgiving. Gary saying, just got a new 2024 Tundra. How long, theoretically, would the windows stop fogging up because of the new interior?
That could be a little
Gary,
while.
that's a long time, man.
That could be a little while.
That could be a long time.
So what are some things you can do to try and prevent as much of that
Honestly,
as possible?
you can put bead maker on your inside glass.
That's a good idea.
You can clean
At
your
least
inside
stop
windows with
it
bead
from
maker.
like clinging to it that way.
But you are going to have off-gassing for a while, especially it's going to fire back up when it gets warm again.
And it's not like you can coat your dash and expect that to stop it, because you're just trapping it at that point.
Well, it's everything. It's the
still
glass.
going to
It's
go
the
through. Yeah.
It's the glue.
It's the stuff
carpet,
that's
it's the
underneath your
headliner
layer of
glue,
headliner.
It's the glue underneath the carpet. It's a bunch of stuff.
There's a lot of adhesives all over the place that are fresh that need somewhere to kick off all this.
Tamara saying,
excess
hope you
gas.
guys have a wonderful Thanksgiving. Thank you.
Thank
Joey
you.
Belinsky saying, enjoy the holiday, fellas. Get some relaxing done. JB's orders. Well,
All
thank
right,
you, Joey.
I'll
We
take
appreciate
that,
it.
JB. Thank you. And
Thanks
that
for tuning in and hanging out with us,
concludes
you guys. That was great.
Q&A
Appreciate it.
Wednesday, or as I like to call it, the Tur-Q&A, the Thanks Detailing TurQ&A.
There you go.
There we
That's the way
go.
to
I
do
said it. Now you all had to hear it. Anyway, guys, gals, everybody who watched, if you could give us a like on your way out the
Big
door,
thumbs
it would
up.
be greatly appreciated. As always, we appreciate you. And if you came here and you left comments and questions, helps us out. Leave comments below for stuff you want to see us talk about on future Q&As. But, you know, the real deal is you got to pop in when we're live and ask them then. That's going to be the real driving force. Last, I'm going to say this kind of doubles as a podcast for us. So with that in mind, there's an audio version that always pops out on Spotify, elsewhere. Anywhere you find your podcast, you should be able to find the Rag Company podcast. And it would really, really help us out. I greatly appreciate it if you were to leave a review, wherever you find your podcast at. If there's the ability to leave a review, really helps out. Otherwise, I'd say you watch this on YouTube, just leave a review in the comments below. Engagement is good, and it helps us get in front of more people, and it helps us build this channel up. So thank you to all of you, and continue debating the merits of pie, cobbler, cake, all that in the comments. We will see you after the weekend for another podcast on Tuesday next week. So have a great weekend, a great Thanksgiving for those of you who celebrate it. For those who don't, have a fun feast anyway.
Enjoy.
Just go and enjoy.
That's it, guys. Enjoy it, and
take care.
We'll see you later.
See ya.